This is week number 7 of Dana White's Contender series. We've got a good matchup here between a couple of strikers. We have Daniel Frunza taking on Vadym Kutsyi. Now, interesting matchup. Both guys are very, very talented in the striking department. So that's something I like to see. This should be a competitive matchup for as long as it's on the feet. This is going to be interesting because of that. Now, let's explain. So we've got 4-1 in the last 5 for Frunza, 5-0 for Kutsyi, and that's a very impressive record for Kutsyi, but you have to take into account that the first 10 or so fights on the Russian regional scene, which is assuming where this stuff was taking place based on the names that he's fighting, and some of it's promotions that are just whatever regional, it doesn't actually show on his topology for a couple of them early on, but the first 10 or so fights are against bums. He does step up the level of competition, starts beating some guys that are all right, but the first 10 or so are bad. So take that for what it is. Realistically, the records are a lot closer than that because some of those hardly count as a fight, but he did step it up. So let's put that in there. For Kutsyi, let's start on his side, right? He's a good striker. I love the leg kicks. His leg kicks are absolutely devastating. He does a good job of circling off and just landing leg kicks, circle off, land another leg kick. He does get backed up when he's doing this, but he's pretty good at keeping himself circling, so it hasn't been too big of a problem for him. Good counter striking, and he's got plenty of power, whether that be with the leg kicks or with the hands. I like the striking here a lot. It's very good. He does have a grappling skill set as well, although it is his backup skill set, right? He's got good grappling, good takedown defense, good takedowns himself, and when he gets on top, he's got pretty good control, and he has the ability to reverse position, whether that be against the cage or in the grappling on the mat. He's pretty good at reversing position and getting himself to the top. So Kutsyi, pretty well-rounded fighter, primary striker, can grapple. On the other side, for Frunza, Frunza is a good striker as well, but a different style of striker. You got a guy in Kutsyi that's going to be moving, throwing leg kicks, trying to be a little more technical in that. Frunza's come forward and throw the heavy right hand type of guy, and my goodness, does it work for him. Because if this dude hits you with that right hand, you're probably going to hit the canvas. You might not be knocked out the first time, but you're not going to be the same after that. Good forward pressure. He does have a pretty good leg kick as well, but that straight right, just right down the pipe, that cross, that's his moneymaker right there. That is how this dude wins fights. When he could be losing the fight, getting taken down, held against the cage, beat on for, 2.5 rounds, and then all of a sudden that heavy cross puts guys on the baby deer legs, and then they fall over. Very, very powerful. He does overextend, and he also drops his left hand when he throws it. I don't know why. Keeping it here would make a lot of sense. He does this. Don't get it. Don't get it. For those who didn't see that, this is what you would want to do when you throw your cross. You want to keep this other hand up. Keep it somewhere in this vicinity, right? Nah, does this. Just drops that sucker right down. Odd. He doesn't do it every time, but a whole lot of the time. So that's why we made note of it. Takedown defense is not very good, and he does get held against the cage quite a bit. So when he's losing fights, a lot of times it's this. You don't see him losing fights that are slugfests. That's for gosh darn sure. Dude hits like a truck. Can Frunza win this fight? Yes, he can. I'm taking Kutsyi. I think Kutsyi has more paths to victory. I think he's the overall better fighter. I assume the line's going to open up where he's a decent-sized favorite, though, and this is way before the lines are out, by the way. I'm recording this on, Wednesday. Yesterday was week 6. The lines are not out. Kutsy's probably going to be a big favorite, and I do think that Frunza has a really good knockout upside, so I would caution you that if this is a wide line, like I assume, because people saw, I think even his last fight for Frunza, where he was held up against the cage and taken down quite a bit, and then came back and won with a heavy right. A lot of people are going to see that and say, well, this guy can grapple all right. I understand, but be cautious because that right hand is a difference maker. I'm taking Kutsyi, though. Let me know what you guys think. I do appreciate you tuning in each week. Thank you guys so much for the growth on the channel. If you haven't noticed, we're over 3,500 subscribers here, and I couldn't have done it without you. Literally each and every one of you. If you weren't here, we wouldn't be there. So thank you guys so much. Hit the like on this video while you're down there dropping your comment for your prediction or any other information you may have about this fight or any other on the card. I appreciate it. Check out the other videos in the playlist, and I will see you somewhere over there.